questions. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fifth Down Football Podcast that I'm starting. My name is Bruce. Been a Giants fan for a long time. A little bit before the pre-Eli days with Kerry Collins. Just a little introduction to this podcast, to me. Going to start doing this. Got a lot to say. Always have a lot to say during football season, but since football season is about to start, hallelujah. What was it, 6 more Sundays till football? Figured now is the best time to start. Plus training camps coming up next week. I am behind. I have recorded a few episodes. I didn't like them. Being a little bit picky with myself. You know how that goes, very judgy. Where this goes, I'm going to try to do things throughout the season. I'm going to have some buddies on who are rival fans of the NFC East. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. So even though I am a Giants fan and the content is going to be mostly Giants stuff, I will be sprinkling a little bit of other NFL topics that pop in. But right now, I just kind of want to get my thoughts on where the Giants are right now and obviously recap Hard Knocks, which is currently going on, a couple episodes behind. I've watched them, but I haven't spoke my mind to the actual episodes. So here we are. First, I'll start with where we are now, right? The disgusting last season and the hope that they gave us the season before. I want this team to be good, and I feel like I want to say trending in the right direction, but I just like probably the wrong words because this team needs a lot of help. Just kind of with a little bit of everything, the quarterback situation. I don't know how to put this because, DJ's a sore subject online and with like the Giants audience. So like, I don't want to put my feelings out there just yet about DJ, but we'll say he doesn't have it between the ears. I feel like that's what I feel like. I feel like he's a great athlete. He's tall, he's strong, like can run. Vanilla Vic. I feel like he's got that little bit of Eli clumsiness in him, but he does not have that Eli like brain power. You know what I mean? Like this guy, like I don't know what it is. I don't. Maybe it's the O line, right? Like maybe he got like Derek Carr to death, right? Like he is just. I said Derek Carr, not Derek Carr. But maybe he's David Carr. That's what I was thinking of. Maybe he got that in his brain. Maybe he's gunshot. Maybe he's seeing the Sam Darnold ghosts. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's something like that. I have no idea, but I hope this young man, can get it together this season. And if he doesn't do it, man, the Giants are screwed, right? We're starting over again. What Dave Gettleman, I was not supposed to say his name, what Dave Gettleman has done to this team, put us in quarterback purgatory, and the great hiring of Dayball and Joe don't help that at all. Like they're really good. I have faith in those two right now. I like the way they think. I like what they got going on. I don't think the hand that they got handed to them was very fair. And I do, and I don't care. I do think John Mara's got his little tentacles in stuff that he shouldn't have his tentacles in. I swear. That's like he just Hard Knocks. I'm not even gotten to that part yet, but he's just moping around. He has like a little bit to do with a little bit of things. Like he's always just meddling, right? And I think that him and Joe have like a thing where he gets a little bit of something, like he gets his way a little bit. He is the owner, right? Like he has the ultimate say so for the most part, but you didn't hire this guy to you go and just tell him what to do. You had the last guy do that, and you see how that worked out, right? We ended up drafting a quarterback too, but we're not going to go back to that draft, right? We're not going to go back that far. But I do think like Mara has little things that Joe's has to give him to make him feel better about it. You know what I mean? It's his little things that Joe has to give him. Like, all right, yeah, sign DJ. We haven't done anything right for this kid. Let's give him another chance. And then Joe's like, God, man, like, I don't want to sign this kid. I didn't even take his 5th-year option. He had 1 good year. He got to prove it again, right? And, Mara's probably like, come on now. Everybody loves Down. He's like little Eli. I can see it now. He's like, fine, let's give him this contract. It's a cheap deal. Technically a 2-year deal. I don't know how caps work exactly. Again, I'm just a fan with my opinion. But I'm sure, and then, not to get, again, I'm getting ahead of myself in the Hard Knocks, but he goes in Shane's office like, oh, I'm going to be sick if Saquon leaves. Like, Man, if you don't get your ass out the office, John, go and sit back and count some dollars or something. Don't you got a money machine back there? Like, you're not going to lose anything. All of us diehards with all this giant stuff. Unfortunately for us, we're stuck with them as much as we're stuck with you. So, anyway, I don't want to get off topic, but like, man, I really do feel like he's a meddler. But in regards to where the Giants are now, I don't want to get into any of the positions or anything just yet. I'm going to save that for an episode, but I think they're going in the right direction. I think that little false hope kind of set us back, if that makes sense. Like, it was nice. I love to win. I'm never going to root for my team not to win, except for last year. I did do it a few times. Even though I was at the Washington game and I definitely was cheering on my team, but I kind of didn't want them to win, and then they won anyway. But whatever, that's whatever, right? We're past that now, and then I get to complain a little bit about where we are and what we're doing. So I'm gonna save the position battles, but as a whole team, right now in 2024, in July of 2024, before training camp, oh, what would I give this entire roster construction? Obviously they're not done yet, so I'm going to be a little bit of a homer, and I'm going to say C. I'm going to say C. And that's just total, not picking on any position groups or anything like that. I like what they've done so far. You keep Dex. You keep Andrew. If Andrew can stay healthy. I know, man. That man always, the left tackles for some reason, always stay injured, right? Tyron Smith, Thomas played through all year with that injury. That man was not right. But when he's right, he's right. But he just can't stay healthy either. We're going to have Evan Neal turn to the corner. Boy, I hope he turns the corner, because we ain't never going to hear the end of that, man. If he gets that pick wrong, we ain't never going to hear the end of it. And look, I'm going to be the first one to say it, because a lot of y'all don't want to say it. I don't think any team that had a pick as high as the Giants would have not picked Evan Neal. I would have to do some research, but I'm pretty sure every team was high on Evan Neal. Who would have guessed this man would have came out and been this awful? Actually, I actually know of one person who follows Alabama football, and I might have him on. And he gave me a little warning about, I'm not too sure if he's pro ready. Hopefully I bring him on, because he's one of my best friends, and he's really, really good at, analyzing this kind of stuff. And he kind of warned me a little bit, but hey, he's not ready. I mean, this man knows the ins and outs of Alabama football, probably every player on that team. And I asked him, I was like, hey, man, I think we're going to take Evan Neal. What do you think? He's like, I don't know. He might need some time. And damn, this man nailed it, right? Because this man needs some time. I hope that O-line comes together, because I feel like, honestly, that's like 50% of the problem this team has, man. Like, even though Daniel Jones sucks, like, right? He's not good right now. I feel like that clock is sped up. He's not trusting the O-line. And I know I always say, Patrick Mahomes couldn't survive behind this O-line. I think that any quarterback that's behind a bad O-line long enough, including Eli, will get scared and start, shooting early. And I'm trying to find a better word for that. Like, like getting rid of the ball as fast as they can, and hurrying up and trying to run. Like, the first read not there, run, because you're not going to have the time, bro, to go through all your reads. And we saw Eli like revert to that, like, oh my God, the O-line's so bad, like, get rid of the ball as fast as you can. I'm watching TV, I'm like, 1, 2, throw the ball now. Obviously, like, nobody can read that fast, right? And so even with a mediocre O-line, I think this team might be just slightly better. I feel like a couple games that were kind of in it. And the thing that made me sad about it was that Daniel Jones got hurt. And before he got hurt, this man was playing bad. This man was playing real bad. Like, you guys remember that. I went to a couple games. I was like, what the? I was at the Raiders game. I should throw that clip right here. I was at the Raiders game, watching him high five Dayball before he went down. And when he went down, I was like, that's ACL. He's done. And then Tommy DeVito era comes in here, and he starts winning games. And I'm like, what is going on, right? I mean, even though you could tell that scheme was like, it started off like, hey, one read, run. The slant ain't there, get out of the pocket. I mean, eventually you saw Tommy start progressing a little bit, but I feel like the team was good with Tyrod. I went to the game at New Year's against the Rams, had the tickets already, so I just went, even though it didn't mean anything at the time. But it was nice to see it like a competitive game a little bit, right? Like, Tyrod throw that thing down the field. I'm going to miss that guy, right? A little bit out of the price range. So I completely understand that, like, to a certain extent, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to get into this, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and slip my ass over to Hard Knocks now because I feel like I got a lot to say about like the contract situations the Giants had and who they should pay and then who they shouldn't pay and things like that. But I'm gonna get into it because obviously I the pink elephant in the room right now. I know you guys just saw us on Twitter, and I haven't really looked at it. Kind of got a little bit of glimpse of Saquon explaining his side of the story, his side of the story. I'm so sick of this Saquon talk. And look, when Saquon was here, I love Saquon. Saquon ain't here no more. And then not even worse, he went to a division rival. Saquon doesn't exist to me no more. And it's funny because right over here, I have a Black Panther comic book that I ordered with Saquon doing a Wakanda salute. Man, I don't know who that is anymore. If anybody asks me, I don't know who that is. And I agree with Joe, his decision. I think I wish that he was a little more upfront about it. Like, I'm a very upfront person. And if that was me, I'm like, look, Saquon, I want you here, buddy. I really do. And I know we paid DJ a decent salary, but he's a QB. And the way this team is right now, I ain't got no money for you, dog. I can't pay you and pay everybody else. McKinney left. Like, people say, oh, where all this money going? Do you guys forget about all the dead cat we had from Dave Gettleman? Do you guys remember the awful signings? I'm sure we're still paying Kenny Galladay. I'm sure we're still paying Joe Judge, even though that's accounting his salary cap. I'm sure we're still paying a lot of people from the past regimen that were just awful. And now you want us to keep paying these people. And I'm sorry, the team is not in a position to be prioritizing a running back. I love Saquon, and that's how great as he is. But how well did we do last year when we paid him, right? Did he carry the team? Did he carry the team? How many games did we win? Saquon was healthy just about all season, and what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened at all. We got a terrible record, and you know what? If it wasn't for him and Tommy DeVito, I'm going to blame him too. If it wasn't for him and Tommy DeVito, maybe we have a quarterback right now. Maybe we should win a whole lot less games. But I'm paying Saquon, I don't remember the contract, $12 million a year. I better have more than 3 or 4, 5, 6 games under my belt. Boy, you better win about half them things by yourself. And it's a running back. He can't throw the ball. Load the box. Offensive line bad. What are you going to do? You got to allocate that money somewhere else. And the Giants are just in a jacked up situation, honestly. They are just in a jacked up situation. Like, they have things that they need to fix that they can't fix. They done pay these people. Like, honestly, I think that Joe and Brian wanted a clean slate. If they had a clean slate, that'd be good because they're literally in the middle of a repair, right? I think the full teardown has been missed. The opportunity is gone, and I think it needs to be. I think they wanted a full teardown. Now, I haven't actually sit down and done this because obviously this isn't Madden. I'm not allowed to build the team the way I want to. I'm not allowed to do some crazy stuff, right? I don't know what they do. They need help everywhere. They did a good job with the draft, obviously. I like their draft choices. I don't always agree with some of their draft choices. I guess the NFL is changing with like Wandell, how much as I love him, little guy, you know what I mean? We got like Tyrone Tracy, I'm excited about again. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But we have all these other running back, like Eric Gray, I thought was halfway decent. I mean, he could hit the hole and run. Was a Saquon's own home run hitter. I mean, he's back there dancing around in the backfield, but you know, he was decent. You know, Gary Briro didn't see none at all. We'll see how that goes. I just feel like they're in a weird spot. And in saying that, I think Joe should have been a little more direct. Hey, Saquon, man, we ain't signing you, bro. I ain't gonna pay you that much. Now, if you want to come back for, not to insult you, if you want to come back for whatever deal they want to come have him for, then by all means. But we ain't paying you a lot of money, bro. We ain't got the inclination. We gotta get the book straight. We got all this cap space and all of it's pretty much gone. Like I have to go back and look and see where all this cap space is going to because I know it's not. I know it's like it's not all going to DJ. That is impossible. I don't care what the contract is. We didn't pay McKinney. I guess we paid Brian Burns. Now it's going there. I gotta look at the books, man. I gotta look at the books. Maybe I'll go listen to a Talking Giants or Giants Daily. Somebody give me a breakdown of the books over here because I feel like there's some money missing. Darren Waller's gone. We got a little bit of money back. We're not paying any of the cornerbacks. We're not playing any of the safeties. Bobby O, now Brian Burns, AT, and Dexter. Those are the non like, you know, personnel people I can think of that don't really get the ball like that are getting paid a lot. DJ, Saquon's gone. They're not paying a wide receiver. So that's a good question, man. Where the hell is the money going? Where's the money going? Who are we paying that we don't got the cap space? And I know Jason Pinnock was, picked up off of waivers. I don't know, man. I don't know. These rookie contracts can't be that much. Somebody break it down for me and let me know. You can find me on Twitter. I'm under the moniker B2, okay? You can look it up. Mr. Don't Do It. Please tweet me and tell me where the money's going because I have no idea. Going on with Hard Knocks, I thought the other episode with the draft was cool. That made me appreciate Dayball a lot more. Like, this guy is, like, smart as I don't know what, man. And, come to think about it, some of those places called, like, quarterbacks got to be so smart. It's probably one of the hardest jobs that I could think of right now. Like, you have to get the play in your headset. Remember that. Tell it to everybody else. Get set. Look at the defense. Read the defense. See who's coming, who's going. See if you want to change the play or not. Run the play. You got 2 seconds to decide what the defense is doing and where this ball is going. And then you got to get that right. If you screw up any of that shit, the play is done. Like, the play is done. And so, like, seeing that on the whiteboard, and I'm not going to lie, that Drake May clip got me a little upset. He knew everything. He was great. And the Jaden Dale clip made me laugh because that's a great answer, but it's not the answer he was looking for, What do you do with his coverage? Cover what? Well, throw a touchdown. Yeah, yes, sir. Throw a touchdown. But, you throw the slot fade, right? That's what he was looking for. Throw the slot fade. But it was a very interesting process because, you don't get to see that. Obviously, all of us watch the combine. We don't get to see that. I will say, and nobody ever kind of said this too. I don't know if anybody else is falling for this trap, but I watch a lot of reality TV with my wife, and I don't know what's going on, but I started to notice how kind of set up some of it is, because it's no way. And all of us have been through interviews, and all of us have looked at resumes. There's no way you're going to your boss with your phone and say, "Hey, look at these stats for Shane Bowen. Look at these stats right here. We gotta hire him because he can do that here." It's no way. That's not real. That don't happen. I'm sure like a legit, serious conversation happened. They sat down, they talked about it, and the Hard Knocks crew came in there and was like, "Look, man, we need some real footage. So just act like you talked about it. Just go back and look at some of these scenes." It's like the most insane thing. I'm sure people don't just hang out in Joe's office while he's doing work, discussing random topic. Well, who's going to pay Saquon? First of all, we know he did not care. My best Stephen A. They didn't care. My best Stephen A. Smith, they did not care. Joe did not care. Joe's like, "Look, I'm trying to appease my boss right now and make him happy." That's all he was trying to do. That's why I stressed him out so bad. His boss breathed him down his neck. He's like, "I'm not bringing back no 27-year-old running back, bro. We're going to find some rookie to run this rock, and we're going to get this O-line straight." And I still don't know how straight the O-line going to be because he got some rough characters in it. But again, I just want to know where all the money going because we can't get nobody. According to Joe, we can't afford nothing. We can't have no fun with money, right? So I like the draft process. Going back on topic. I like the draft picks. I like the picks we had. I like Malik. I was very, very much so, and it might be a clip me somewhere. I wanted if we couldn't get a quarterback, I did want a skill position player, and I was one of the wide receivers because I know we need a wide receivers, and that's what I was stuck on. No Joe Alt, none of that crap, bro. Like Evan Neal to me has got to prove himself. So as much time and effort you give DJ, you give this man the same regard, or you move him in the guard, or whatever you got to do, or you let him walk. Because we're not doing this finding a replacement after we just draft all these damn O linemen all over and over again. Because you got to hit on some of those things. And that might be a weakness of Joe. Maybe he can't just hit on O linemen. I can't remember Buffalo having that great O linemen, or am I tripping, or does Josh Allen just make him look that good? But I feel like Buffalo had a lot of skill position players as well that were just good. But I don't remember their O line being like excellent. I think Josh running around making it look great may have done that, but I don't remember it being excellent. But back to Hard Knocks. And okay, this last episode with this whole Saquon thing, man. Again, I feel like Joe's trying to shave face, and so is Saquon. That's why that thing came out today. Today is July 22nd. Hard Knocks comes out tomorrow. And that episode came out. Now Saquon's spilling his guts about, I never thought I was going to see Raw for you. You knew, he knew. The only people that didn't know, first of all, is John Mara, who didn't believe that. And I don't care what any of his sources say, like, oh, I didn't know they were John. He didn't care. He did not care. He's faking it for the cameras. And I don't blame him. He don't care. I wish he would just came out and said that. I'm not signing Saquon, bro. Y'all gonna get over it. And we're going to move on as a team like we always have. That was exactly what's going to happen. And before I continue this, I just want to address, and I respect the man. I really do respect the man. Michael Lombardi. He always got a lot to say. I think he's hilarious. I don't know if he does not like my team. I don't care. But some of the stuff he's been saying is a little bit outrageous. How are you going to tell your quarterback to give some money back to get a Saquon? Now, let me just break this down for you why that would never, ever happen. I have a neck injury. I have a ACL injury. I have a crappy O-line. And you want me to give some of my guaranteed money back? Think about that. You thought about that? That would never happen in real life at all. Ever. You came off the backs of injuries with nothing under your name and you want me to give money back? This might be my last big contract. You want me to give money back? I could also maybe not be playing football again and you want me to give money back. Who knows what happens this year? He got a neck and a knee, bro. Neck and a knee. Neck twice, knee once. And he's a running quarterback? You want me to give money back? Bro, Michael, what are we saying here, bro? You know better than that. Now, if he was a well-established quarterback, Patrick Mahomes on a second deal, a Josh Allen 200 and something mil, playing for a while, going to the playoffs, you need a better team around you. Tom Brady, you need a better team around you. All right, I'm going to give y'all some money back as long as y'all bring in so-and-so. Aaron Rodgers, he probably ain't getting no money back either, even though he made a ton of it. Let me give some back so I can bring... DJ ain't in that situation, bro. He ain't giving no money back. So I don't know where that conversation came from. It's guaranteed money. Why would you give any of it back to the organization? I don't care how much you love me. How much do you love me? They don't love him that much because if he don't do well this year, guess what? He out, and then he really ain't getting his money. So first off, that's crazy. The second of all, I want to say, as much as I enjoy Hard Knocks, I feel like a lot of these talking heads are taking this shit way too literal. Like I said before, half of this stuff looks staged. Like they set it up and they were like, just talk about this. Because the way they are talking, it sounds like I talk to my boys. I'm just at home chilling. I don't run a football organization. There's no way these conversations are this like low level that there's not no deep NFL conversations going on. Joe's has to have written out somewhere how much cap space they have, where the money's going, and how much he has to spend. We got a little glimpse of that in a little clip with the computer and the program and how much each free agent costs. I'm sure there's an algorithm or a program that they have at Giants HQ that does all this for them now. But the conversation is no way, bro. That's like a regular conversation about to play Madden. Oh, yeah. Do you see this running back on the waiver wire? 93 speed. He want the minimum wage. The conversations don't happen. I don't care what nobody says. You can't convince me otherwise. It's very entertaining, but some of this stuff is for the cameras. Even the Beyonce clip when Dayball was like, "Hey, let's play some music to block out so they can't hear what we're saying." Did you hear how basic that conversation was? What do you want to do? Or what do you want to draft? Bro, you already know. You have every scenario planned out. We're just not allowed to see it. And I understand why, because like I think somebody recently said, and I mentioned to me, like compare Hard Knocks of old to Hard Knocks of now. You can't even see players get cut anymore. So you don't think that cutting room floor looks like a mess? Some of that stuff is just so set up and staged. It's all they can control everything. They can control. Listen to the basic conversations because these conversations don't make any sense that they can be that basic. Literally, that's the conversation you have at the bar with your boys over some beer watching some football. That's literally that conversation. Go back and watch. Don't believe me. You will notice it. It's the craziest thing ever. That's why I said I don't understand how people taking this like to like as gospel. This is soap opera TV. This is reality TV. Y'all know how those reality TV shows wait. We're gonna make some controversy. Please believe we're gonna make something crazy. They milked this Saquon thing. I'm happy it's over. I don't want to see him twice a year. His numbers go. I'm gonna call him 26. That's how it is. And it is what it is at this point, right? He's gone. And I'm not gonna say I hope him do well. I don't hope he does well. Cause if I said I hope he did well, I'm lying like shit. I don't hope he do well. I hope he go over there and turn into Steve Smith. Y'all remember that? I was mad then too. How many years ago was that when Steve Smith, one of our best slot receivers, decided, I know he tore up his knee, but you ain't gotta go to Philly, bro. Go. You know what would make it better if he would have went somewhere for 1 year and then went to the Eagles. Do that for me. Just don't go straight to the division rival, man. That's just extra disrespectful. You know what I mean? Man, it's so much I gotta say, right? It's so much I gotta say. And now we're in a training camp mode, right? Here we are, training camp. I always get hype about training camp. I always get hype about training camp. You know what my problem is? I always get hype about training camp. Last year, I was following Talking Giants. Everybody who goes to training camp, I appreciate all you guys' clips on Twitter, all that good stuff. I get so hyped, and then the season starts, and your boy gets disappointed. How many of us was like, oh, man, they balled out training camp. The offense can't be stopped. Oh, my gosh, it's going to be so good. The season happened, first game, destruction, 0-40. And the damn Cowboys, I'm not going to get into them right now either, but Jesus, right? You get hype. I refuse to get hype anymore. I'm going to enjoy it for what it was, right? I haven't seen football in a while. I've been watching NFL flag football. I've been watching UFL. I've been watching all types of other football content. Killed receiver, watched that whole thing. And I just get excited that football's back, but I got to remember to keep the expectations as the expectations were for the record they had last year. That's the thing to remember, right? Going into camp, I guess that's why I was so hyped last year. Oh, they went to the playoffs. Oh, man, they're going to be great. No, actually, I take that back because the way they got spanked by Philly, I was not happy about that. Even though they beat the Vikings, they get the Philly and get whopped, bro. We got whopped by Philly. I almost went to that game, and I'm happy I didn't because that was embarrassing. Embarrassing. So this year, I am going to be excited to see the guys back at camp. I'm going to be excited to see them throwing a ball and running around in their pads. Hopefully we see a little bit of fight so we can see some dog. I like the new rookies. I like Banks. I like Neighbors and a little trash talk. Give me a little trash talk. Nothing crazy, but give me a little bit of trash talk, You don't gotta be so nice all the damn time. It's football. You're not supposed to like the other guy. You're gonna like him after the game's over. But when that game's about to start, don't give me don't shake my hand, bro. I want to tear your head off. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. But right now, I hope there ain't no infighting. And the most important thing, please to God, no injuries. The Giants are known for the damn injuries. But with that, guys, I've been sitting here talking for a long time. I hope you appreciate the first episode. I'm going to try to keep this going. I have a few ideas for a few more. I'm going to try to keep it going as much as I possibly can and pump these out if you like them. I'm the kind of guy that does this and they'll progressively get better. So you may see some things change here and there. I might sit over here. I might get close to the mic. Might be some like icon differences over here. It might be a couple things. Might change the intro. Logo might change. I might change around a few things. I'm the type of guy, like I said, that tries to progressively make subtle little changes to make things better. Any suggestions, please offer them to me. I love constructive criticism. Don't come in here just saying my face is ugly or something, because then I'm going to ignore you. But if you have some constructive criticism for me, please let me know. Anything that you can do to help me out, since I don't really know what I'm doing, also very much appreciate it. And again, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Don't Do It. And I will make sure that handle's in there, and I'll probably post this as well. And again, I appreciate you guys' time, and I'll keep this going. I'm going to try to keep episodes around 20, 30 minutes. Maybe some days might go a little longer, especially when I bring the friends on, because we like to argue. Other than that, again, I appreciate you guys' time. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. and tell all your friends about Fifth Down Football Podcast. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And with that, I'm out.